Welcome to the video, guys. I know at the end of the last video we were talking about some stuff with the R32 and grip with the 265s. Now, one thing that we are going to try with the car, if you notice, this is the OEM subframe. It's actually an S13 subframe, but it's relevant for this point. One mod that you can do that people used to do is you could drop the front of the lower control arm, and it kind of changes some of the dynamics of the suspension to give you a lot more grip. Now, GK Tech now makes a bolt-on. Now, because I have the reinforcements, it's gonna be harder to demonstrate, but basically what you do, you would bolt this on and then make a couple welds and it lowers this mounting point. So it's a pretty cool little solution, and I'm gonna try this with the old tires to see how much it actually affects grip and see if we can turn the boost up more in second gear with the suspension being able to do what it's supposed to do. Now, Johan already did the other side, so I'll give you guys a quick look at what that looks like. And you can see now the lower control arm is a little bit lower, and it actually also solved our issue with hitting the axle on the coilover to where now we can adjust the traction rod, make it a little bit longer, and then make that a little bit longer, which will also help our toe curve and get this thing to do what we need it to do and go fast. And we're back at Titan for the second time in the same week. I don't think I told you guys about this, but at the track last time with the E36, if you remember, it had glowing manifold, glowing turbo, and looking through the map, I found that there was a table. And that table was actually an IAT compensation. So when the IAT started getting warm, which for that car, it has crazy IATs for some reason, it was pulling upwards of 8 degrees of timing, which, Freddie, correct me if I'm wrong, that's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, that's a little excessive for an ethanol-based vehicle.
True, so my hypothesis was maybe there was like a pump gas base map used at one point and that table was left over from it, and it was just never zeroed out. So just to play safe, Freddie's gonna help me dial in the car and the dyno today, make sure there's no more issues. We zeroed out that table, and that should actually help with some of the overheating issues I've had with that car, because when you pull into timing, it creates more heat, right?
Yeah, it brings up the EGTs and then coolant temp, cylinder temp, everything goes up.
Is that a Supra? So as we already know, we're fighting IAT issues. This car on track was seeing IATs upwards of 170 degrees Fahrenheit. After one pull, it jumps like 30 degrees. I think part of the problem is we had a small turbo for a 1J and then put a 2J bottom end on it, so now it's super small. All right, Freddie, I'm gonna put you on the spot. What were IATs at the beginning and the end of that run?
40 Celsius at the beginning, and then throughout the pull, they got up to about 61, 62 Celsius.
So that's a pretty big jump. So we essentially have a hair dryer of a turbo just because of the extra displacement and because it's revving high and everything. This car really needs a bigger turbo. I didn't have time to change the turbo, so we're just making sure that it's safe for the next couple events because it's been lean, it's been pulling timing, and it's just been running really hot. So I know a bigger turbo will solve a lot of the issues, but for now, just dialing in the tune. We're only running at that gate and it's still making high 400s, which is more than I need. It's a ripper. All right, guys, we're about to take out the R32 with the new traction arm set up and the grippier tires. I really should do a back-to-back test with the 245s, but we have a slight dry spell where it's not raining. I'm scared it's gonna rain again, so I'm gonna test it with both and see how spicy, sticky she is. So just as a reminder, what we've done is essentially taken the lower control arm and angled it forward. Freddie was explaining to me that I guess another trick that people used to do was to make it feel like an S14 subframe. You could raise the rear a little bit and drop the front and it would have the same effect as what we did from GK Tech. So between that and now going up to a 265 Dyno from a 245 R888, I'm hoping the car will hook a lot better. I don't know if that'll be conveyed to you guys in video well. We'll see. Freddie's gonna help me dial in a couple more of the little driving thingies. The car is so good right now. I'm so excited. The tires are probably gonna take some time to get some heat in them before they'll start getting sticky. I good to give her a couple of 1-2s?
Yeah.
Let's see how much first spins. Gotta get some heat in the tires and we'll see what she does.
You want the pressures at?
I think I have the pressures at like 25 right now, so modest. Well, actually, we get a traffic light, so I'll just do a 1 just to put some more heat in them. Oh yeah, dude, that's some spice.
Yeah, fucking
Sugar and spice, boy, this thing's nice. All right, well, 1, 2, no lift into 3, no lift 4, and then we'll work on the drivability stuff, and we'll turn the spice up once we get some more heat in the tires, and see if we can add some more spice to second with no spin. But dude, it almost didn't spin second there at all. This is a fast car. I think that guy wants to race me. We did a burnout. Dude, it makes me so happy. I used to be terrified whenever that would happen, that it was my clutch slipping. So when that happens, I have the instinct to look in my rearview mirror, and when I see 2 black 11s, I'm like, yes! Yeah, I mean, I could probably soften this, like, it only has an 1/8 inch of toe in as well right now, so I mean, maybe I add a little bit more. The roads are a little damp, they're not hot. The tires have been, like, heat cycled once, so they've been drifted on and then sat for a while, so they could potentially lose some of their grip from that. Also, this thing does make 700 horsepower,
yeah.
so, like, there's that. Second a little bit. She's pretty spicy. Alright, so it's raining. I'm at OSW and they're doing a little drift game thing. It was like an entry contest and a parking contest and go to woe thing like we did with Luke. So we're about to go do it. I don't have time to set up GoPros or anything, so I'm just gonna go have fun. Amanda's gonna be so kind to film it for us. Hi. You're super foggy. Alright. We're off.
Okay.
Oh. Wasn't super fast. I really don't know why, but the last couple events I've been doing, I've been having tons of power steering issues with the power steering fluid getting really hot or losing pumps and just issues altogether. I've lost 2 or 3 pumps on E36 now. I went ahead and added a power steering cooler, which will hopefully help that one. My Z, I just did a new power steering pump, new reservoir, and new cooler just to get a fresh new system, and started having overheating issues with the power steering fluid, which never happens to me, ever. And I've like driven that car forever. So a lot of the track days have been bust lately. Like that one, I got like 1 solid session in and then that happened. So that's been kind of a bummer, but on another note, I just want to give you guys kind of an update on what you can expect to see this coming week. I do want to thank you guys. I talked about a bunch of new products in the last video, and most of the new stuff sold out pretty much immediately. So that's really cool. We're going to try to do a restock on some stuff, maybe a couple other things this upcoming weekend, maybe in a couple different other colors. But I do want to update you guys on both the Barra Mustang and the Skyline project, because both of those, it kind of sucks. Like, even though it's awesome to have 2 projects going on right now, both are waiting for parts. So unfortunately with the R34, because of the fact that now I'm going to be modifying the pistons or replacing the pistons, I'm going to probably have about a week of dead time while I send those out, get the machine, and get them sent back, unless I can find a place to do it locally. And then with the Barra Mustang, I've actually been waiting on a block brace from Dominator Motorsports. It's been held up in customs, and I can't do the machine work to the bottom end without the block brace to have it torqued down, because that can affect bearing clearances. So unfortunately, it's just been a lot of like little stuff while I'm waiting on the bigger, you know, components to come in. But you guys know me, I usually pride myself on having quick timelines and getting stuff turned around fast, so both myself and you guys don't lose interest. So I just want to apologize with the Mustang because of the fact that it's been on the back burner waiting for parts. But I do have all the other minor stuff in terms of like all the fueling, ECU, harness, all that stuff's pretty much here, turbo, manifold. So like that car's ready to be thrown together as soon as we get the stuff back from the machine shop. And unfortunately, the R34 is going to be waiting on machine work too. So just want to thank you guys for hanging in. I know the content's been all over the place with everything going on in the world, and I know myself as well as all of the other content creators in the space are doing their best to keep you guys entertained. And I just wanted to thank you guys, and I will see you very soon.